Hey everybody, author Brian S. Pratt here. So, the point of this video is, I'm fat, overweight. I'm not obese anymore, thank goodness. Obese means you're 100 pounds over your target weight. My target weight is 175 and I am below that. So, yay. Actually, I was above that starting this year. I've had trouble with my weight all my life. I'm a writer, so what do? I sit at my computer, right? I type. I interact with fans, right? And then I play some games on there too. I talk to people, and most of my day is spent sitting in a chair in front of my computer, or sitting in a chair watching TV while I'm having dinner. I have a little apartment out here in the back that I stay in, and so when I have dinner, I sit in this chair and watch TV. Okay, but I'm losing weight. This summer, I'm losing weight. Every summer, I focus to lose weight, and every winter I gain most of it back. So let me just throw you some numbers out there, okay? I'm a numbers guy. People have different methods for losing weight. Do they work for you? If they do, good for you. If they don't, then don't do it no more, because it's not. If you're dieting and you're not losing weight, do something different. For me, I need numbers because I understand numbers. Like, for me, there's two numbers that are most important in my weight loss strategy. One, how many calories just to maintain at my normal activity level, which is pretty low? How many calories do I have to maintain do I have to intake to maintain my current body weight? And right now that number is 2,550. So give or take some. But basically, if I consume daily 2,550 calories, I should neither gain nor lose. And that's at the end of the day. Now, if I exercise extra, I eat more, I'm still at 2,550. There you go. Now, the second number for me that is important is how many calories make up 1 pound of fat. 3,500 calories makes 1 pound of fat. Now, if you subtract that by 7 days, then that's 500 calories a day. So if you take my 2,550 that I need to maintain, if I consume 500 less per day, if I consume, we'll just say 2,000 per day, instead of 2,550, in 7 days, I should lose 1 pound. And that does work for me. So I keep track of what I ate. Once you do that for a while, you kind of know exactly. Like, I know that a McDonald's regular hamburger with no ketchup is 240 calories. I know that a large fry is way too many calories. I know that the fried liver and gizzards at Chicken Express is 1,780 calories. Okay? And that's with a Diet Coke. If you drink a regular, Coke or Dr. Pepper, that's gonna go up, right? So technically, if I had a large Dr. Pepper with that meal, and I refilled it and drank it again, that would be all I could eat to maintain my weight. Okay? So my plan is that at the end of the day, I have to be 2,000 calories. Less would be better, obviously, but 2,000 calories. And to do that, I can't do it by just eating less. I'm fat. So I am going to eat. I'm 58, I'm overweight. Obviously, my entire life, I've eaten too much. 58 years of habit is, you just can't break it, because it comes back to bite you. So my strategy is that I'm trying to have smaller meals through the day. I don't buy junk food. There is not one stick, there is not one candy bar, cookie, chips, brown sugar or shortening, because otherwise if I have those two, I will make cookie dough and just sit there on the couch, watch TV, and spoon cookie dough in my face, right? I don't have any flour back there either. My mom, she lives in the other part of the house, and she has the flour. So if I want flour, I got to go in there and get it, and I just don't want to do that because then I'm admitting failure. So I don't do that. And if I buy some candy, I keep it in the car. Obviously, I'm in Oklahoma, so I don't buy chocolate. I buy like little mints or other non-meltable, non-heat altering candy, and leave it in the car. That way, when I go on a drive, I can pop a little bit and have a little bit of candy. Now, right now, the candies that I eat are from Dollar General. They're these little puffs. There's cinnamon and there's cherry. Each puff is 10 calories. That's it, 10 calories. So I could eat like 4 or 5 on a drive and have less than 100 calories. Of course, if you do that, put it on your sheet. I mean, after a month or two, you probably don't need to do this anymore because you're into it. But this really helped me. So I started this year. I always start April 1st. I always record on April 1st. And on April 1st, I was 283 pounds. Yeah. I'm only 5'10", so. But today, 259.8. I am down 24 pounds since April. Now, when I started a garden, the first couple months, I was out there, I was just hoeing 2 hours. I last 2 hours. Good weather, bad weather, at the end of 2 hours, I'm dead. But hoeing, let's see here. If I garden for 1 hour, 572 calories will be burned for 1 hour. I garden for 2 hours, so that's 1140. That's 1140 more stuff I can eat. Plus, if I'm out there gardening, I'm constantly drinking water, and that helps. Also, that is time when I am not thinking about a snack. When I come back in here, I am drenched in sweat. I live in southeast Oklahoma. It's 94 degrees outside right now, about 75% humidity. Yeah, so I start perspiring outside within about 5 minutes of walking out my door. If I carry a couple things to the car, I'm starting to sweat. So this is the strategy I used. Now, when I lived back in a town called Linwood, north of Seattle, Washington, I hit my absolute max weight, 313 pounds. And that was really making me depressed, but I couldn't seem to want to lose weight, right? So back then, what prompted me was an airline flight. See, my mom and her husband lived here. He since passed away, and I moved in to help take care of her. Well, anyway, so several years ago, me and my youngest daughter flew back here. During that flight, I couldn't buckle the buckle, and I was too ashamed of the fact to mention it to anybody. So I did the whole flight there and back without buckling, because I'm sure that they've shortened them so models can use them, but the average person can't. I'm sure just fat people can't do it, and they do have extenders. You can buy one, but male pride, I don't know. I just wouldn't do it. Anyway, so I'm there holding my stuff here, so nobody can tell that I'm holding my jacket on top of me. I'm against the wall. It's right here against me. There's a person next to me touching me. I couldn't move without feeling something there. For the first time in my life, I was claustrophobic. And I had a borderline panic attack because I couldn't move. It felt like everything was closing in on me. I've never felt that before, and I know it was because I'm too fat. I was too fat, and I was wedged into the seat, so my hips were kind of sore, and I couldn't move. So I just had to lay back, turn that air on me, and just close my eyes and not move the entire flight. And I managed it. And then I had the flight back, and that was just as bad. So when I got home back then, I said, okay, that's it. I want to lose weight. See, I always knew that when losing weight was my number one priority, when nothing else was more important than that, I would lose weight. And that's what happened. So I think it was back in 2015, maybe, I started walking. And let me tell you, when you're 313 pounds and your main activity is sitting in front of a computer writing books, I got 19 by the way. Yeah, you have no endurance, you have no strength. I mean, your biggest thing is walking into the kitchen, whipping up some chocolate chip cookies, baking them, and just enjoying them. That's my Achilles heel, chocolate chip cookies fresh out of the oven. But anyway, so where we lived in Linwood, Washington, north of Seattle, hills. Our house is on top of a hill. So no matter which way I go, I'm walking downhill from my house. So I said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around the block. Down the hill, it was down the hill, then I take a right, level. Take a right, up a hill, it was a slow uphill, to the stoplight. Then I turned right, and that was a steep incline to my road and back to the house. The first time I went that route, I stopped twice. I couldn't make. I could not make this route. So I walked around, and I got to the base. I walked down my hill. That was easy. I took a right. It was flat. No sweat. I'm thinking I'm doing good, right? And then I turned to the right, and here's this incline. It wasn't very steep, but by the time I got to the next signal where I was going to take a right, I was dying. I was dying. And so I stopped there for 5 minutes. I caught my breath. I stopped hearing my heartbeat in my ear, and then I looked at that hill, and I thought, oh my God, right? And there was a steep incline signal, and then take a right. So I climbed up to the first light, and I stopped again because my heart was beating in my ear, and I'm sweating, right? And then I walked up to the next light, and I was really dying there, but it was level. It was fairly level back to my house, going that way. So I just said, I'm going to get. And when I got back to the house, I stripped my clothes off. I was sweating. Only 20 minutes, right? Only 20 minutes, and I felt like I was going to die. And so I said, okay, I'm going to do this for 2 weeks. This one route for 2 weeks. When I can do it without stopping, I'm going to add 10 minutes. I found that I am lazy when it comes to exercising. I am bad. I'm out of shape. I don't feel good. See, there was a time I tried going down to the local high school and walking around the track like a lot of people do, right? And I think to myself, okay, I'm going to do 6 laps. At 3 laps, I'm tired. I get in the car and I go home. So I realized that going in a circle is not going to do me. What I had to do, and this is what I did, from my house, I walked. If I wanted to go a certain time, I walked that way. I walked in one direction half that time. Then I have to walk it back. There's no alternative. Like when I did my block, I walked down the hill and over to that signal. When I hit that signal, that's halfway for that 20-minute walk. And so no matter which way I went, there was a hill and I had the same distance to go back. So over the course of a year and a half, I did this. And I lost 92 pounds. Best shape I've been in a long time. And I incorporated overpasses, every hill I could find. I worked it in there. And at the end, I was walking the whole thing. No breaks, no stops. It was great. I was loving it. And that's how I lost weight. Now here in Oklahoma, I can't do that. Well, I could do that, but it's dirt roads. And if you've ever walked on dirt roads, it's uneven, rocks. It hurts my ankles. Maybe because I'm 58 now and I'm older, but I just don't want to walk on dirt roads. And it's about a mile to the pavement, and I don't want to drive there. I tried that once and that just didn't work out for me. So I work outside. I do things to have to work outside, like mowing the lawn. When I first moved to Boswell, Oklahoma, and that's where I live, I realized that most of the people who riding lawnmowers were fat. I mean, not everybody, and for a while I thought everybody was, but then I really paid attention, and probably maybe half, a little over half, had that big fat bottom, you know. And I thought, well, okay, I was doing a riding lawnmower here, and I said, well, okay, wait a minute. If I do a riding lawnmower, how many calories am I actually doing? So I stopped, and I got me a push mower. And it takes me 4 days, 2 hours a day for 4 days each to mow the lawn area around this house. Yeah, but when I mow a lawn for an hour, you know, that's 572 calories. And then 2 hours that I work out, you know, that's 1,140 calories. So you got to find a way to get yourself to exercising in a manner that you're okay with exercising. People will tell you, well, just do this. Like my brother's coming in tomorrow, right? Oh my God. No, I like my brother. That's not the problem. The problem is when people come to visit, what do? You eat out, you have the special meals, you have the pies, right? Like tomorrow, okay? They're coming in. My mom is cooking up fried chicken, and oh man, her fried chicken, you know, Mama's fried chicken is always the best, right? She's gonna have fried chicken. She just made a blueberry pie. So what does she do when she makes a blueberry pie? She brings me pie crust, because what she doesn't use, she bakes in the oven, makes it nice and crispy, comes in here, it's all warm, you sprinkle sugar on it and eat it, and that's what I did before making this video, was eat that pie crust and sugar. And that is just pure calories. There's nothing for me, right? Oh, and then Saturday, we're going to a Chinese buffet. Sunday, we're having round steak and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then, and his birthday was in July, so we got a birthday cake for him too. So I got that in my future. And this cake, oh my God, I love this cake. I could eat the whole thing myself, but I'm gonna try to have just a small piece and let him have the rest of it. We'll see how that works out. And then we're going to go to Pizza Hut pizza buffet, and I'm not sure what else is happening. So, yeah, I just hit 259.8. I broke the 260s. I broke into the 250s, and I'm excited about that. But I've got all of this facing me, right? And Chinese buffet. That's a weakness of mine. So much food, and I love it, right? And you know, everyone's saying, well, just don't eat so much. You know, just get one plate, put a few things on it, eat it, and that's it. I says, do you know me? I see, already in my head, I'm thinking I'm not going to be able to do it. And that's defeatism. I'm going to try to eat really well. And I might give you guys, if you guys are interested, I'll give you an update on this. And I'll give you more inputs as to how my weight loss is going. And this weight loss tends to last until it hits the temperature hits 40 degrees in the 40s, because then my nose is cold and I don't want to be outside anymore, so I'm inside. And when you're inside, there's no form of exercise inside, right? Well, you can do jumping jacks. Well, if I was likely to do jumping jacks, I would have been doing jumping jacks. There's nothing in this house that I can get motivated to exercise. That's just the way it is. Walking outside, it's cold, it's freezing. I don't want to go out there. And plus, I can't walk. Yard work, there is no more yard work because there's snow on the ground, or it's raining and it's muddy. Everything's dead. You can't mow the lawn because there's no lawn to mow. Excuses, right? Yeah. I've got one for every occasion because I'm fat, and I own that. Anyway, oh man, we're almost at 20 minutes. I just threw that out there. Now, I am an author. You know, I write fantasy novels, role-playing type, and everything. You can get the first book for free of my best series if you want to. I'll put that link in the comments. But if you guys have any advice for me, I'd be glad to hear it. And like most fat people, we don't take advice well. We know what needs to be done to lose weight. And everybody's advice just annoys us. I'm happy to hear it, because even though it annoys me, you never know when you're going to hear that one bit of advice that might actually work for me. So feel free to throw advice. I don't want to take pills. I'm not going for surgery. I want to lose weight naturally. And that means eating less pizza buffet, less fried chicken, less blueberry pie from our blueberries that we grew, earlier this year. Oh my God. But I'll make it. Maybe if I talk to you guys about it once or twice a week, maybe that will keep me motivated so I can make a good report, right? My target weight, well, according to the internet, my target weight is 175. I haven't seen that since before I joined the Air Force. So I don't see how I'll ever get back there. But what I want to do, I would love to do, is not gain. And lose a little bit and not gain. Lose a few pounds and then not gain for 3 months. I'll be happy with that. Lose 5 pounds, not gain for a month. I'd be happy with that. Because sometimes dieting is about, I'll do another one later about that. Anyway, you all take care. If you like this video, please like it. If you want to throw me some support, share it, comment, subscribe to my channel. My channel is mainly about my books, and but I'll throw this on there too, because people have been wanting to know more about me, so I'll throw this on there too. And who knows, maybe this video can help somebody else. Y'all take care. I've taken enough of your time. Thank you for sticking with me if you're still here. Bye.